Hello, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to give you a small little guide on how to play in the current season. If you want a full guide, I've got a link to a video here. All this information is still relevant, it's just something has changed with the macro and the micro. So with the current map of Noxus, we are blessed with Atakhan, which is probably the most broken objective League has ever had. We now have the Feats of Glory. We now have the Minion wave change. The cannons on the 4th wave now instead of the 3rd wave, which really impacts Urgot. So this is where we need to lock in. So when it comes to approaching Minion waves now, you want to be doing, ideally, resetting with kills. So the way you set this up is, I'm showing a clip on the screen right now and how I'm setting up a reset for me. You want to hard trade on level 1. And then on level 1, you want to have leveraged enough to kill them with E-Flash on level 2. So instead of looking for a kill on the 3rd wave, or like, you know, doing a play where the 3rd wave crash and reset for cheetah recall was viable, we're now doing 2-wave crash, resetting after crashing the wave in, killing the enemy laner to justify the kill. So we're doing PTA and Ignite, and we're hard forcing. And if you aren't able to do this, we're doing this on the 4th wave instead. So what we're going to do is, 1st wave, zone, if we're in an oppressive matchup, where we can leverage, which is majority of Urgot matchups. Afterwards, we're gonna either kill them, and if we can't kill them, we're burning their flash or whatever, so we're stronger positioned in the lobby. If we can't kill, then we're playing to let the 2nd wave go under the enemy tower regardless, and then once the enemy tower is once the enemy minion is under enemy tower, the minions will rebound outside of tower. So what we want to do is set up a stack push. So the way you set up a stack push is you don't touch your minions when you let the enemy minions come out, right? So you're going to walk up into the enemy bush, you're going to zone, the enemy champion isn't going to be touching the wave apart from their ranged champion, and if they do, that's still good for you because you want the enemy minion wave to be pushing out to you. And then once your cannon wave has now reached up to your 3rd wave, you're going to crash that wave. So just to recap, level 1, zoning. Level 2, we're either killing or we're crashing. Level 3, we're either already reset, we come back to lane with Cole, because the first 2 waves plus a kill is 450 gold. If it's level 3, if it's wave 3, we want to start stacking the wave, so again, we go back to zoning, and on level 4, we push with the cannon wave to crash it. So there's no longer cheetah recall is gone. We're now inventing new macro strategies for Urgot, so these are the experimental ones I'm running. I've had the most success with killing on level 2, because it still lets you play to the Cole playstyle. Again, kill, 2 waves, 450 gold, come back to lane. You now are fielded with Cole, you have regen, and etc, etc. Rune pages on screen now. Teleport is way worse than Ignite right now. Well, I wouldn't say way. It's last season, Ignite was 40% good, 60% good for Teleport. This season, it's 55% for Ignite, 45% for Teleport. There is still plays we made with Teleport, especially if you consider if we do the 4-wave crash, you can teleport to bot lane after resetting and win bot lane if they have a deep ward. So that's an example because, you know, teleport is unchained immediately instead of it needing to be on a certain amount of timer. So that is ideally what you want to be doing with teleport in the early game, much rather than playing for your lane. Because since we're playing with Feats of Glory, Feats of Glories are get objectives, get solo kills, and I forgot the other one, forgive me. But if you're playing for either extremes, you need to first blood your laner. That's playing with Ignite. If you aren't first blooding your laner, then you're playing teleport to try and get first blood on the enemy bot lane. Also, for this feat of strength, you should always be looking for invades. The first feat of strength for the first blood is really, really strong, and it's disproportionately stronger than the other objectives because it's so easy to acquire, right? I think the other objective requires you to get free, like 2 grubs or a dragon. That's a feat of glory. But the first blood is specifically really valuable, and Urgot has a really easy time solo killing laners. As you saw in the clip, I one-shot that dude, right? You can do the same thing, so make sure you're playing for the Feats of Glory. Atakhan is the most important objective League has ever had. You need to be hyper-prioritizing being strong around 20 minutes, which also benefits Urgot, because Urgot is a really great mid-game champion, so it's especially pivotal. It's especially important that you're strong early game so you can leverage into a strong mid game, and then you get carried by the systems, the win more systems up in the game. So you play a strong lane, you win lane, you win mid-game, and then your late game no longer falls off that slight little bit of curve because you're playing so aggressive, and because you're getting the blood flowers, which is EXP and AD, and because there's so many win more systems in, like the Atakhan 25% amp on the Drake, or the GA for 150 seconds it gives, which is just really allows you to like completely monkey out and push more lead, right? So this is the season of aggression. This is the season where you need to be locking in for hyper aggressive solo kills. This is Urpog season, baby. My thoughts, what do I think? I like a lot of it. I don't like that there wasn't enough changes though. In my personal opinion, they should have added champion changes, item nerfs, item buffs, new items, new champions, right? But it doesn't feel like a new season personally started for me. It feels like we're playing an event-themed map more than anything else. You're still going to be seeing the same champions, you're still going to be seeing the same items, you're still going to be playing against tags, you're still going to have enemy APC shitting on your ADC, because picking marksman right now is like unoptimal, like truly. You should be playing mage. Any ADC players who happen to be watching this video, stop blocking in marksman, just pick mages, they're proportionally more broken. So that's my main gripe. Do I like the changes? Yes. I just don't think there was enough changes, so currently I'm a little bit dismayed with the patch, because I don't really want to be playing the same League patch over and over and over again. I think when League gets figured out, it's really boring, and I think League as a whole is carried by the fact that it is patched so often. I think when we enter this like limbo of like Skarner being permapicked, Malphite being permapicked, mage on mid lane, mage on ADC, and then like AD support like Pyke, the game becomes really monotonous and boring. So I think the changes were great. Atakhan needs nerfs. Blood Roses shouldn't be giving EXP. Minion wave macro management, we just need to adapt to it. But in general, Urgot is stronger. I think Urgot last season was lingering in the B+ area to A minus. But now he's definitely a strong contender for S to S+ again, because aggression is being rewarded, and now that there's systems in place that can cover Urgot's weaknesses, it's really good for him. So, let me talk about items. Black Cleaver, Hubris is probably the best build for you right now. I'm obviously going to be going full lethality, because I am Urpog, but if you want the build paths, it is Black Cleaver, Hubris, Steraks, Tank. If you're doing full lethality, you can still go Youmuu's first item, but keep in mind Youmuu's is a mid item. It's just about, can I leverage lethality and movement speed against enemy champion? Youmuu's, Hubris, Edge of Night, Black Cleaver. You can also do BC Hubris and then build into full lethality also. Like Edge of Night is a really good lethality item on Urgot, so you can do BC Hubris, Edge of Night. And then if you need shields, you can go for Steraks, or if you want to go more carry-oriented, you can still go into lethality with either Serpent's Fang if you need Shield Shred. You can go Youmuu's if you want the movement speed. You can go pretty much any lethality item afterwards. I have an item tier list on screen for you right now, so you can see how I gauge items and their strengths. Matchup tier list. So, nothing has changed, so I'm literally not updating this image at all, because it is literally the same from last patch. I'm just putting it in here to fill the vid, so you know what's going on. Thumbs up. I'll talk about Tank Urgot still, because Tank Urgot is still valid, and Phase Rush. Phase Rush is a tool for bad lanes. Before, it was like... Phase Rush had the potential before to be more optimal to PTA, even in matchups that you could win with PTA, right? But now PTA has become substantially more strong because we're in an aggro meta, right? So I would say last season, it was maybe 60% of the time you would pick PTA, 40% of the time you would pick Phase Rush. It's now looking like 80% PTA, 20% Phase Rush. So Phase Rush is now what it's intended to be, which is a tool to win against bad lanes, or not to win, or to neutralize them. So let's say you're playing against Nasus, that's a Phase Rush lane. If you're playing against Olaf, Phase Rush. If you're playing against any tank and you want better scaling, Phase Rush. But please keep in mind, Atakhan, broken. Early objectives, broken. First kill, broken. Win more systems, broken. The Blood Flowers especially are really good for Urgot, because they give adaptive and EXP. Urgot loves EXP and AD. So the Blood Flowers are probably going to get nerfed. I'll be completely honest with you, they are a bit nuts. The main problem with the Blood Flowers is as soon as you have control of the map, you get more flowers inherently, right? So now you're picking up more EXP, you're picking up more natural AD. So Urgot's usual weakness of when he like scales to mid game, he falls off a little bit, is now compensated by the flowers. So once you started winning with Urgot, you're now going to continue winning, and there's nothing the enemy team can do about it because they can't get on the same screen as you. So yeah, yapping. Build for tank is probably just BC, Sterax, Force of Nature, Dead Man's, and then you round it out with a different tank item. I think Warmogs is still on the table. Hard Steel is substantially worse. And that's pretty much it. Oh, Fort Mail. Fort Mail is a pretty good item too. Chempunk Chainsword is also hated on overly, even though it's not even a bad item anymore. With the system change where they brought all the items into level, Chempunk Chainsword became like an actually like decent item. It went from like F tier to B tier. So you can viably consider Executioner as a offensive anti-heal item. So that's my season 15 patch rundown. I will do another one when they patch the game again to talk about if any strategies have changed, if the macro has changed, if they're going to nerf Atakhan and stuff like that. Thank you for watching, and good luck on your climb, and I hope you get your ranked ambitions. Toodaloo!